Hi everyone, my name's Jay. Welcome to Plot Leakage episode, I want to say 15. And today we've had some absolutely massive leaks from Marvel Studios. In fact, I'm going to go as far as to say that they've leaked this stuff on purpose because no one at all is excited or even aware of the fact that there is a new Avengers film next year. These concept arts came from a person who actually works for Marvel Studios, their official account. Maybe they got hacked and the stuff got put out there, but in all honesty, it seems way more likely that they were asked to quote unquote leak this stuff because no one has talked about this new movie more than they are talking about it now. The hype was not real. I have friends who didn't even know that there's going to be a new Avengers movie next year, but now they do, thanks to these pictures coming out. So what this is concept art, which for those who don't know, it's sort of artwork that the film studio will pay someone to do to demonstrate what the film might look like, to demonstrate what certain characters might look like. So it's very somewhat realistic looking artwork. But it's important to note that this isn't even necessarily spoilers because usually concept art looks nothing like the final product. Some things will stay the same, some things will change. Here I have an example of concept art from Avengers Infinity War. You can see the Hulk bursting out of the Hulkbuster armor to fight against Thanos. That never happened in the movie. So it's just an example of the fact that concept art, doesn't mean that they're definitely going to do what's in the art, but there definitely is concept art that can be true. Here's another example of what Gore was supposed to look like or could have looked like in Thor Love and Thunder, but we all know he looked way worse. So the unfortunate truth is that you might see something here in the concept art that I'm going to show you today for the next Avengers film that might look cool. The final product might look worse. It might look better. It might look the exact same. But this does give us a very good idea as to what ideas they're thinking of for this new movie. Some of these pieces of art are for Avengers Doomsday coming out next year, and some are for Avengers Secret Wars coming out in 2027, the year after. So I'm just going to kind of go through in no particular order because we do get some really interesting sort of ideas as to what to expect from these next Avengers movies. First one I wanted to show you was concept art for what Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom might look like. This is very cool looking. I hope that they do stick to this. And with him having the white cloak is very reminiscent of the Avengers Secret Wars 2015 comic, which further emphasizes the fact that they are going to be adapting that movie for Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. It's a very medieval look. The mask looks very cool. And honestly, if this is what they go for Doctor Doom, I'm not complaining. I'm personally of the opinion that Robert Downey Jr., sort of evil Iron Man Doctor Doom, is, in my opinion, genius. It will be a variant in terms of, when I say variant, people get confused. I think it will be a man who was born Victor Von Doom. He just happens to have the exact same face as Iron Man. But people will address it. They're not going to look at him and not notice that he looks exactly like, the guy who died for everybody. So, very cool. Let me know what you guys think of this first piece. But I think if Doctor Doom looks anything like this, we're in for a very, very, very cool movie. The next one we have is some kind of World War Hulk looking scene. We have Mark Ruffalo's Hulk along with She-Hulk and seemingly Hulk's son introduced at the end of the She-Hulk show. I like the She-Hulk show. It's a shame that definitely never bringing that show back, but it's cool to see that Tatiana Maslany's character will be in this new movie, though she looks way skinnier than she did before. So I don't know why they've done that. I don't know, to make her look more feminine or what, but She-Hulk's supposed to have muscles, and I don't know what they got going on here. But other than that, I think it looks cool. And there are rumors they're going to do a World War Hulk movie, so this might be to do with that. But I would expect we'll definitely get like a bunch of Hulks. One thing about the new Avengers films, and I'm going to talk about Doomsday and Secret Wars interchangeably because I think it's a bit too early to be sure what will be in what movie. That being said, we're going to see a lot of variants of a lot of characters, a lot of Hulks, a lot of Dooms maybe, a lot of Iron Mans, a lot of Spider-Man, a lot of everybody. That's essentially the whole point of the multiverse saga coming to an end. Now, the next one I think is the most interesting of all of them. It's our first look at supposedly the new Black Panther. Unsure as to if this is a recast T'Challa or if it's T'Challa's son, T'Challa Jr., all grown up. But can you guys not tell me that this actor, yes or no, looks like Damson Idris? Do you not think that that looks like potentially their first pick for the new Black Panther? If that is the case, as a Damson Idris fan, I think that would be cool. But I have my doubts because, one, he tweeted and said that he didn't want to do it. And two, I don't think he'd want to do it. I think any actor who'd risk, going after Chadwick Boseman's legacy, would probably want to be more of an unknown, someone who the money would seem more exciting to. And Namzin Idris is fairly successful. You know, he's got a new F1 movie coming out. He doesn't need Black Panther. That being said, it does kind of look like him to me. But it could just be a placeholder. I don't think they'll recast T'Challa. My best guess is it will be a variant of another universe or his son all grown up through some kind of magic time skip thing. Here's another look at Doctor Doom. Now, this scene is very, very, very interesting. It's very medieval. It's very Game of Thrones. Very Doctor Doom 2015 Secret Wars. Next to him, in the green cloak, that is Benedict Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange. Now, this is taken straight from the comics, where we have Sheriff Strange. Essentially, Doctor Strange works with Doctor Doom in Battleworld. To keep it very simple, Doctor Doom uses his newfound powers to remake the world into his image. And when he does that, Doctor Strange works with him. Now, why do the two doctors work together? Because they come to an agreement that this is the best thing for the multiverse. With all the incursions and all the universes dying, they come together and agree that Doctor Doom is the best man to be in charge, and Doctor Strange helps him. This could be something to do with the idea that Doctor Strange is the biggest threat to the multiverse, especially because he helps Doctor Doom, who we all know is essentially the villain. But I do think that dynamic will be especially cool in this movie because it's Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom. Iron Man and Doctor Strange work together in Infinity War and Endgame, so it's kind of perfect that in these new Avengers movies, they're low-key working together again. But this time, Iron Man is Doctor Doom / evil. And who's his wife? Because next to Doctor Doom, we see a wife, and it's a blonde white woman, and I'm pretty sure that that's going to be Sue Storm. Vanessa Kirby's Sue Storm. And that's probably even Franklin Richards, the little boy that's next to them too. So we're definitely going to have some Pedro Pascal beef. We're definitely going to have some Mr. Fantastic's definitely not going to be too happy about that. I don't know who this prisoner is, probably a random person, but the person holding up the prisoner very much looks like Yelena Belova, the Black Widow. So already, just through this concept art, we get a good idea as to who exactly is going to be in this movie. But I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. Again, this is probably more Secret Wars. My guess is Doomsday will end with a sad ending where Doctor Doom wins. He remakes the world in his image. Then we'll get a couple movies in Battleworld, which is Doctor Doom's version of Earth. And then Secret Wars will still be Doctor Doom's version of Earth. But by the end of Secret Wars, they'll defeat Doctor Doom and everything will be rebooted and everything will somewhat go back to normal. Next, we have the new Vision hanging out with Star-Lord. Probably won't happen in the movie, but looks very cool. Again, confirming that these two will be in the new Avengers movies. Here we have some Scarlet Witch concept art. Not as 3D looking as the other, as it's incomplete. Sorry, this isn't even Scarlet Witch. This is Bucky Barnes in Doctor Doom's lair. Sorry, apologies. This is the Winter Soldier. Just checking my notes. Here we have an X-Men character who they're likely bringing in some more Fantastic Four concept art, which either could be from the new movie or Avengers. Very cool looking. Again, as far as like this looks, I mean, that does look like Pedro Pascal. And here you can see Franklin Richards. That kind of looks like Vanessa Kirby. And that kind of looks like Joseph Quinn. You know, this picture is a lot more accurate to what they look like. And I'm willing to bet we will see this flying baby crib thing, you know. So it just gives us more of a good idea as to what to expect. Here we have some, again, these were just likely different ideas as to how Vanessa Kirby could look in the movie type of thing. She kind of looks like, in this picture, she kind of looks like the old Sue Storm. Kind of looks like Jessica Alba in that picture. Interesting. Here we have some concept art for a future Foundation fit worn by Reed Richards, as well as what's her name from Julia Garner from Ozark fame, playing the Silver Surfer. The female Silver Surfer looks very cool. I spoke about this in an earlier video, but I think the reason she's a female Silver Surfer is to distinguish her from the male Silver Surfer from the 616 universe. Think about it. Silver Surfer doesn't have many unique features. How do you differentiate different variants of Silver Surfer? Make one a boy and make one a girl with boobs and a bum. That makes it easy to distinguish the two. Some more Fantastic Four concept art. This is from a Iron Man spin-off show that they were going to create around Morgan Stark, the daughter of Iron Man. Here we have a Jocasta female Ultron-looking bot, as well as more concept art from that show potentially. And here is some Doctor Strange concept art. And yeah, I'll just put some more up on the screen. You kind of get the gist, just giving us an idea as to what potentially to expect from this movie. Again, I'm of the opinion that this stuff was leaked on purpose to build hype, and I think it's worked. I'm a lot more excited for this movie than I was before, but I've been hyped, and I'll keep you guys updated with any more things that come out. Rest assured, if this stuff was not supposed to be leaked, heads will roll, and unfortunately, the concept artist that, the account that this came from, yeah, Kevin Feige is not going to be too happy if this was not intentional. But I think it was. It's good publicity. People are happy. People think this stuff looks cool. So we shall see. We shall see. But yeah, my favorite's got to be the Black Panther stuff. The full suit as well, looking very cool. Very excited to see what comes next. So yeah, Sabasam. Peace.